An incredible day of action has wrapped on day 2 of the BetOnline Mosconi Cup here in Orlando, and wow, what a day it was. I'm delighted to be joined by the Karl boys and Jeremy Jones to talk about all that action. Before we get into it, chaps, I think that atmosphere was probably the most electric I've seen at one of the Mosconi Cups I've ever been to. Would you say the same, Karl?
I think it's the best sort of session I've seen at the Mosconi Cup.
It was a darn good one, yeah. I'll tell you what, it was like a cemetery, though, after that last game.
Yeah, it was a big anti-climax, wasn't it?
It changed quickly,
yeah,
but it was still awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. We'll get into that in a second, but I kind of want to go through the matches one by one because we'll get to that last match.
Yeah.
I did think match 3 was going to take the biscuit until match 5, but we'll start with match 1, which was the team match. USA getting their revenge after day 1, coming out winning it 5-2. Can you remember that match? I know it seems like a long time
was
ago,
Europe 2 up?
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah, I thought that, yeah. I can't really remember the actual match.
Fedor made the winning 9-ball.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, they're just a funny point, aren't they, them team matches? It's sort of hard to know how it's going to go or kind of what to do, but obviously great start for USA, wasn't it, to tie it up?
Yeah, to get them back in contention at 3-all, give them the momentum, JJ.
Just the most perfect setting, really. If you paid attention, each American won a game to win that set.
Yep.
So I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more to tie the match and get day 2 started.
And then we got straight into it with probably the most blockbuster anticipated match of the session when the lineups came out. Fedor Gulst versus Jason Shaw. I think it's the most documented rivalry in recent years on the World 9-ball tour. Lots of needle after Hanoi, building into Mosconi last year. They went out and I think we thought it was going to live up to expectation, but personally, like Jason just, kind of blew Fedor away in the end, didn't he?
Yeah, that just reminded me because Fedor won the last rack, didn't he, in the team, which kind of set him up for that match, I felt, because obviously he's not played in loads of Mosconi Cups, has he? One for Europe, now this is his second for USA, but he doesn't look the same player.
You don't think?
No. He doesn't look like he's comfortable in the arena.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he sort of... Jason goes out there and he's like freaking talking to everyone in the crowd and still pots the ball, doesn't he? And obviously see it with Skyler, but Fedor's like, it's as if he's not figured it out yet. He don't really know what's going on yet for me.
Yeah, I think the table at times, he's a unique player, the way he plays anyways a little bit. I think Jason's just one of the best tactical races to 5 you could ever watch. So Jason was on point and he's just super confident. And I think that some of the American players recognize that, and that doesn't make it any easier.
And on Karl's point about Jason being kind of born for the Mosconi Cup and Fedor struggling a little bit in his early days in his Mosconi Cup career, is it a case of either you're born with it or you've not got it? Can you get it?
Yeah, because I think Skyler, obviously Skyler's quite young, weren't he, when he first got in Mosconi Cup, but he were a bit hit and miss, but now he's really turned it around, and he's like the main man for America, isn't he, for the last sort of 3 years. So you can, but I don't know, it's just weird, isn't it? Because we all know how good Fedor Gulst is, you know what I mean, and what he's achieved this year. But maybe JJ's got a better sort of answer or idea than me because he's a bit more into all that sort of stuff. Just a weird one.
Yeah, it's been a small sample size, though. I mean, last year we got to see a landslide kind of tournament, and that didn't help any of the Americans overall, and it was a lot of Europeans knocking balls in. So I think it's a short sample size, but he is definitely not comfortable. He's got to figure out a little better way to get comfortable, whether that be just keep it simple or just forget about it and swing at him a little bit maybe to get the arm going.
But it's a funny one, isn't it? Because, obviously USA win that team point, it's 3-3. I just never thought Jason was going to lose that singles point. Even though it's a race to 5, he's playing Fedor. I just never thought he was going to lose it. As well, if they're playing race to 9 at European Open on table 4, you think, well, maybe give edge to Fedor, to be fair. But there, I just thought he's not going to lose this match.
Yeah, but he also hadn't made any big mistakes. You look at the next match where the 8-ball missed, and then Jason, the complexion of him looked quite different.
Yeah, I know.
So, I mean, the ball gets rolling a certain way. You're hoping you're on the right side of it.
Yeah, that third match for me, I mean, up until the last match, I thought was the match of the day for me. We had Tyler Starr and Billy Thorpe going out in doubles, taking on Jason and Mickey. We had our first hill of the week and a golden break from Billy, which just, literally blew the roof off the place, didn't it, JJ?
Yeah, it was incredible. I didn't know what Billy was going to do after that golden break, but I believe that was to take the lead as well. And we all saw what happened with Shaw at 3-1, I think it was, and I don't know where that came from exactly. Maybe Karl knows.
Karl, that was a crazy miss, wasn't it? There was a lot of communication between Mickey and Jason. I think Mickey said, "Can you make it from up there?" Left him up there, and then it was a funny shot from Jay in the end.
Jason, I mean, listen, he was still all right on the 8, wasn't he? but he said he wanted Mickey to just stop it. He said, "I'll just stop it there." Then he was just going to sort of draw back in a straight line or just up the rail. Obviously, Mickey maybe miss it, I don't know what got on, and he sort of stun run through, but you don't expect Shaw to miss that. But now and again, Shaw will throw a bit of a mad shot in, won't he? He did it at Reyes Cup, he did it against Yap, when we all thought he should have played the Karen, and then there was another one. I think it was the team point one of the days. Just obviously such a great potter, he's not going to knock everything in.
Yeah, but I mean, usually you can see those misses coming from a great player, whether they squeaked a few in, maybe starting to lose position or whatever, but he's been so on point the entire time, I didn't expect that miss.
But I thought that match was the best doubles match I've ever seen in any Mosconi Cup. Just because it had everything. It had great shots, obviously. Shaw was giving it everyone like he always does. And obviously then Billy, obviously you're not quite sure what's going to happen with Billy. There's always a bit of drama with him and, the golden break. It must have been good because I noticed Eddie Hearn put 5 stories out. I've never known him do that at a pool tournament. So it must have been good. It must have come across good, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it was unbelievable. And obviously, we then headed into singles action. Shane Van Bonen versus Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. Fran played unbelievable. I think from my perspective, I'm going to go out and say I think that's the best we've seen Fran play in the Mosconi Cup. Karl, would you agree? I know, again, a small sample size again.
Yeah, if you're tuning in, Fran, watching this tonight, any chance of doing that in Manila? Jesus Christ. What the fuck? No, he played great.
He just kept Shane in his seat most of the time, didn't he?
Yeah, but was that the rack when... Oh, that was a team point. I'm thinking when Shane went for the bank. I thought it was in that match when it was the team point. When the
Shane, you're talking about the 7 ball.
Yeah, the 7 ball on the bank. Obviously Fran played great, didn't he? Looked great.
He's looked great the whole event.
It's
been by far his best team event.
I agree. Obviously, Shane's just, I don't know what it is with this event. It just doesn't seem to happen, does it, really?
I don't mean to come across too critical across Shane. Obviously, we know what he's done for the sport. Just been inducted to the Hall of Fame, an all-time great. Is it a case of the same old story with Shane in the Mosconi Cup this week? JJ, do you think he's got time to turn it around?
I mean, I haven't been in the practice room with the guys and, of course, training with them and whatnot like I have in the past. But the vibe I got, he was very loose, in a good spot, in a good situation, and I'm not sure exactly why he hadn't put it all together yet.
Yeah.
But last year he got a little better when it was a little bit on the overside. This isn't over. He's just got to improve.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, he's probably not done that much wrong. I can't 100% think of the start of the match, but I think it was just a case of Fran just took all the opportunities, played the safeties, and it was just one of them, wasn't it?
He definitely seemed very relaxed. I know they put lights out in the arena for the first advert break at 2-1, and they played Bon Jovi Living on a Prayer. Everyone had their phones on. I looked down, and where Fran and Shane were sitting by the side, they had light boxes, blue and red, and they were both swinging them around, singing. So to see Shane doing that in that moment, I thought, man, he must be feeling all right.
Since his Hall of Fame speech, we've got a new.
He said the wine helps, didn't
we've got a new SVB, haven't we?
Yeah, he's free and loose. A lot of good pieces. Plus, last year, the last Mosconi they played in, this is a lot different complexion than that. So you got to feel good.
True.
Yeah, and then we headed into the final match, 5-4 to Europe. I know we've been talking about it when we were
Still in shock.
It looked like USA had wrapped it up at the end. David missed a 6-ball in a critical moment. Somehow still won the rack. And then Fedor scratched Hill.
Yeah,
that's all she wrote.
Yeah, it was a crazy match. It seemed like USA was fighting for every point, and they were doing the job fighting for it, whether it be tactically or whatnot. And I think there were 2 or 3 breaking runs from Europe just responding right back with kind of an easy starter. And USA kind of grinds it out, gets that chance, and let it get away.
Yeah, that's
Karl, give it to me. I know you've been wanting to get it off your chest. Tell me what you're really feeling.
Obviously, it was only about 20 minutes ago, weren't it? It just looked like it was going to be 5-5. Obviously, David missed that 6-ball. I've never known a player miss so many easy balls and still win that same rack as David Alcaide, honestly.
It's the lucky charm.
Well, he's like not even at the draw, has he? I don't know what's happened. JJ probably knows because he's more of a technical coach than me, but it just come from nowhere. Me and Shaw were just sat there like mouths open wide, just in shock.
Don't worry, they had the camera on you. We saw
everyone.
Saw that.
We were just like, it just come from nowhere. And where the balls finished up, I know the 8 was a little weird because of the 9, so you still had to do something, but you just thought it's over. It's 5-5. Obviously, what an ending, what a day. And then just made a complete mess of the finish, and then you get punished, don't you, in the final rack with the in-off on the break.
Yeah, it was. You kind of almost expected. We saw a few of those things when Shaw made that mistake. There was a scratch on the break after that. Golden break from Billy. You really get punished in those big mistakes. And USA's got to turn it around.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they've lost 3-2, 3-2, but it's going to go into that weird team point again tomorrow, innit? Where if they can win that point, then obviously we know the singles is going to be Billy against Al-Qaeda.
Yeah, they've not played their singles.
They've not played yet, so that'll be that match. I would expect the doubles to be Shaw and Fran, the first doubles as well. So.
Some huge early matches.
Yeah, you kind of think they've got to get 1-1 out of the first two, don't you, going into that singles match?
Sky and Shane haven't played together yet.
Yeah, so
I believe it's Federer and Tyler and that other doubles, right?
Yeah.
That's how you would think they're going to split it up. But
Yeah,
I liked USA's lineup today. I thought it set up for a big day for them.
No, it did.
And then they win the first team point. I'm like, here we go.
Yeah, listen, it was just that bit of a... Maybe, do you think in that final rack they just thought... Because I weren't really paying that much attention, because I just thought it was over. And I know it was Skyler who played the first shot, so I didn't really properly see it. Obviously, he come round in and landed a bit weird on the 7. Can't remember the exact shot he had to play. Do you think it was just a case of like, oh, we've won the point?
Yeah.
Or was it just a bit unlucky where he finished on the 7? Do you know what I mean? I can't really remember.
I don't know. It's one of those shots where you either take a lot of angle and let him work the ball, or kind of knowing you're getting there. But I'll tell you, I think we talked about it earlier. I think I let Skyler maybe bank that ball cross side, just to make sure I get a chance. You're breaking at 4-4 if it goes awry, right?
Yeah.
I think when you're watching so much pool in that moment, you can't help but instinctively think that USA are going to get out in that moment. So I was certainly shocked to see them not get out.
Well, the thing is with pool, or when you're in comms or just watching it, it's just dead easy, isn't it? When you watch it on screen, you just automatically think, oh, I should just do that, do this. But when you're out there, you make weird choices. But you thought he should have shot the 8 ball as well, don't you? When he bumped into the 8.
At 4-3, exactly. I thought Skyler would make it. He shot a similar-ish shot in day 1 yesterday on the 8, coming 2 rails. He had to hit it pretty light. It was a touchy shot, but I would have liked to seen him shoot it anyways.
Yeah, and I think it's probably gone a bit unnoticed, but Kachi played a couple of decent safeties after that.
Yeah.
Played a great one where he banked up towards the 9.
Yeah, the 8 on the 9.
Yeah, you know
He's
what I
kicking
mean?
off the rail safeties. Are just
You just
aren't they?
you kind of get a bit, they get a bit overlooked, but he played a couple of nice safeties to catch.
I know both days finished 3-2, but we come away thinking after day 1 that momentum was USA, given how day 1 ended. It's been 3-2 loss again for the session for USA, but it feels like they've actually properly lost the session. I know they've lost both, but it feels a bit different, doesn't it, today, like you said?
It just because you're thinking it's 5-5, aren't you? When Al-Qaeda misses that, the whole arena was like erupting. It was mental. Obviously, there's a lot of emotion in it. You're up and down, even when we're just sat watching it or in comms. It's just so loud in there. Yeah. The crowd have been phenomenal. I think it's just been just awesome, hasn't it? I mean, it's been class.
Yeah, we were out last night for a little bit. And it was pretty empty in the hotel, so everyone was getting their rest.
I thought,
after a big day.
Yeah, we're thinking the sports bars when we ran. It's like, where is everyone?
All quiet. Well, I'm sure they'll be back for a big day 3.
Yep.
Guys, it's going to be huge, isn't it?
Yep.
What do you think? Score predictions tomorrow?
I kind of think Al-Qaeda's going to get Thorpe on the singles.
You reckon?
Yeah. The team point's just a weird one. America under a bit more pressure, aren't they, because they're 2 behind. I think Europe might get it again.
JJ?
I'm going USA. Yeah, I think they got to grind it out, probably be a 3-2 win.
It's 3-2 either way, isn't it?
You reckon?
Someone's going to win 3-2. I don't think we're going to see a 4-1.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so either. But, I mean, you're trying to win every match, but if you're America, don't press. You got to be satisfied with a 3-2 victory tomorrow and then take your chances on day 4.
You think the crowd is still going to bring the noise tomorrow?
Yeah,
even though
100%.
today finished like it did?
Yeah, definitely. Listen, it's 6-4, isn't it? It's not, the USA are still in it. Do you know what I mean? It's all about that first team point. They can get the win there. Obviously, it's a knock-on effect. So, yeah, it'll just be another great day.
Well, I'll let you guys get on. That is everything from us today. We are back tomorrow from 1 p.m, live on DAZN, 6 p.m, Sky Sports. Full broadcast details on Matchroom Pool. We will see you through day 3. Almost messed that up.